up, guys? It's your girl Star, and I am excited to announce that I am doing my first ever Stargazer sweepstakes. Yes, I am. I will be giving away either college football 25, Madden 25, or a $75 Visa gift card. But in order to have a chance to put your name in the bucket to win one of those prizes, you do have to follow the rules that I have there listed on the right side of the screen. Please make sure you follow all the rules to ensure that every single one of your entries is accounted for, because the more entries you get, the bigger your chance is to win the prize.
What are your thoughts on, Marshawn Kneeland, and do you think that he's able to fill those shoes, or those hypothetical shoes, because it was all projection with Sam, but do you think that Marshawn Kneeland is enough, or do you think that the Cowboys, because Jory Epstein, shout out to Jory Epstein, love Jory Epstein.
Love her.
Has the best articles. She put out an article today and talking to Steven. And Steven says, we're looking at, because he's talking about contracts, we're looking at Mike, Dak, and CD. Yeah. They're all holistic. They keep using this language, holistic. Everything's holistic. Everything goes together and all of this stuff. And they're like, listen, the reason, why we're looking at it that way is because we need to pay all of them. But then we also, I feel like, I was like, Steven, are you trolling us? Because you're kind of using trigger words for the fan base. Because he's like, because, if, that basically we can get them all paid and all this stuff, we can figure out the financial stuff. But Steven goes, he's like, oh, well, because, we want to pay them, and then we want to go out maybe at the trade deadline and get a big DT, and we want to go get a pass rusher. And I'm like, Steven, are you pulling our chain, or are you really going to go out there and get a big DT and a pass rusher? So what do you think?
I'd love to see who it would be.
Jonathan Allen.
Well,
that would be
huge. Here's the thing with all of that is all offseason, the big question is why hasn't the front office gone shopping, right? And it always comes down to, well, because you have such large cap hits, you don't have space to go shopping right now. And so my worry is, even if CD gets paid, how much money are you going to have to be able to go? I shouldn't even say if CD gets paid, if or when, because we're manifesting that it's happening soon. Yeah. When that payday comes, how much money do you really have left? Because your biggest cap hit is Dak Prescott, and guess what hasn't gotten done? And honestly, what it sounds like is there's more movement on the CD contract. Obviously, it's not there, so it's a little more urgent than the Dak one. But at the end of the day, they put themselves in this situation by not handling this business last year. And honestly, it worked out in CD's favor, because guess who's going to get a bigger payday than he would have last year? And that's kind of your karma for waiting to the very last contract year for these big name players that are your guys. Last year CD's your wide receiver one. You knew last year Dak Prescott's your franchise quarterback. That's why it's just this. And this is where I understand and empathize for the fan base. Is it's frustrating to see this constant stream of, oh, well, you really don't have the cap space. Well, you could have. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, that's the point. They did this to themselves. The reason why. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would love to see who they could actually logistically afford that is not just going to be a depth player, who's going to be an actual addition, who can be a plug and play guy, get in that line and make a difference. Because guess what you have to have for that? Money. And guess what they don't have at this very moment? Money.
A lot of money. And allegedly, you sign the guys, it opens up cap space. But here's the issue. Steven and them, the reason why they're in this predicament, they put themselves in it, but they kept restructuring these contracts. And so when you restructure a contract, the money, the thing that people don't understand is the money's not going away. Like they still gotta pay it. They just move this, do this. So basically, it's what people say: you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, whatever. So it's like they just kept using the credit card. They restructured Dak's contract from 2021 to now. I think they said something like 7 times, something crazy. He just kept borrowing, so they can afford all of these. Because what did Jerry say? You get 2 for the price of 1. You know what I'm saying? They can buy all of these, the Dante Fowlers, and buy all these like kind of low-level former great free agents. And it's like now the bill is due. So it's like if you sign these guys, it does open up money that you can go and sign a big guy. But then they're also thinking about, okay, well, we do that. Who's up for contract next year?
It's a laundry list.
Yeah, like, a lot of people.
If you don't want your heart broken, don't go look. That's all I'm saying. And guess what? There's 2 very key names on there that I might shatter your hearts and ruin your days. And this is a future us problem. D-Law and Zach Martin.
Yeah, so, I think for sure those 2.
Oh wow!
Unless they want to come back on like vet minimum, they're not going to come back because I'm like.
Right.
When you got
Tyron Smith this offseason.
Exactly. I feel like that's
who you never thought would be defending Aaron
the
Rodgers.
Writing is on the wall.
The
writing is on the wall.
About it.
Like, and honestly, you guys, I mean, I see a lot of talk about it coming now that our O-line is kind of developing to be these younger guys. But Terrence Steele, I mean, he just got his contract, but is he going to be re-signed after this deal, knowing that he has the injury history?
I mean, and it's really hard to like look ahead to that, but it's what's frustrating.
Bland is up next year.
You
Bland
look
is
ahead
up.
and you wonder like if you're still going to be
Ferguson
having
too.
these problems of like waiting until the last minute to sign these guys. And that's what's so frustrating about this whole thing is you can't go and get free agents. I like had the TV on in the background this morning, and one of the talk shows I was watching was talking about this in the sense of like, why does this keep happening? Like, you're the most valuable sports franchise in the world.
Right.
Why, like, put your money where your money is. Was one of the quotes I heard in the background. I was like,
like nothing makes me more mad when I see the ESPN alert come up on my phone. Says Cowboys, ... Oh, Cowboys, ... Oh, Cowboys are now worth $10 billion. Oh, that's the news alert, not that we signed CD. Now, that was frustrating.
When they do really splash moves or trades, like when you got a Stephon Gilmore and you got
Brandon Cooks,
they hold on to that and they're like, but we did that already. It's like,
but
it's like not in the current,
right.
Billy's not re-signed. Brandon Cooks, like he's still here, yes, but like you can't.
This is his last year. You got to repay him.
Exactly.
Right. Like,
I think forward.
It's so much, and it's like. Because they say it's a good problem to have, but it's also stressful AF because, like you said, next year you got Jake Ferguson and Bland. Jake Ferguson's a Pro Bowler. Bland is an All-Pro. Probably going to be All-Pro again, and Jake Ferguson could very well be All-Pro this year. So when you have all of these freaking All-Pros, it's like, how are you going to pay these guys?
Yeah.
Like let's be honest. Tyler Smith.
Situation, because here's your problem is. Say you have Dak right out
because Dak's cap hit is how much this year, Jess? It's 40.
It's about $40 million hitting 40. Your cap. And here's the issue: is if you have Dak right out on a 1-year deal, all right, contract year. I personally don't agree with it.
It's the dumbest thing ever. But let's say you hypothetically do that. Yeah.
Like I don't have any say in it, but say you do that, okay? And then when you have these bigger name guys that are on the come up that are younger and Deron Bland and Jake Ferguson, it just gives the front office more fuel to be like, well, do we need Dak? Does he really need to continue being your franchise quarterback? It adds fuel, and you're like, no,
because who made these guys? Who made CeeDee Lamb? Who made Jake Ferguson? Dak Prescott? Like we've seen what the team looks like without Dak. Right. And Dak is like literally the heart and soul of this team. Like you take Dak out of this team, you're going to see just a totally different Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're gonna suck forever. Maybe the Joneses will luck into another quarterback. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
And you can't expect luck to be on your side forever because your past franchise quarterbacks came out of pure happenstance.
Right. They didn't want to pay Tony Romo. They didn't want to pay Tony Romo. To be on the
Romo
to be on the practice squad. They didn't want Dak Prescott. That was Jason Garrett. So when you have these guys that really have, then you went and got Trey Lance, and bless his heart, he's doing the best he can. We love him. So it's like when you see of how you're evaluating guys, it doesn't really give you hope. But but Dak keeps saying, like, and Steven has said it too, I don't want to be the highest paid, but I have to be paid. I cannot be paid significantly less because I have a duty to my NFL brotherhood. Like, I can't just go here and take a $40 million deal, and then you got Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love, who played 1 year getting $55 million. Like, be for real.
Like, that boy is a cat. Like, he say that I'm good enough. Got my think about shit that I shouldn't have. So I tell him it's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me. Like, that boy is a cat. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, but he blowing her back. Think about me, cause he know that it's fat. Shake it down. And it been what it been. 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 Like, that boy is a cat. Like, that boy is a cat. Like, that boy is a cat. Like, that boy is a cat.